Dear friends, we have all been waiting for this very much, so all the chats are exploding. I think I will be of help to you with today's broadcast about the new product, although you already know everything. I will save your time, because for everyone, time is the most valuable thing. But for networkers, it is definitely the #1 commodity. This is the most important thing. That's why, when I tell you something, I always try to pack all the information as tight as possible so that I don't waste a single extra minute of your time. Well, guys, I usually say, girls, but now there are guys here as well. Congratulations on the long-awaited release of our cookware. We have waited for it for a long, long time. I'm still waiting for 2 or 3 minutes. See, I'm warming you up. I can't wait to share the information about the cookware with you. And I know so much. I cooked on this cookware for 2 years. I cook 3 times a day, I'm sure. I love cooking. Therefore, I will tell you about the subtleties of use. All the peculiarities. So, we are waiting for more people. I think, as always, everyone is a little late. So, look. I'll tell you right away, when I told you about the cookware at the company's anniversary celebration, a video was shown. In 3 minutes, we showed the cooking of 3 dishes. It was, of course, edited. The video had been shot in advance. Today I'm practically not cooking. I will only be talking because this is a live broadcast. My husband is helping me, he is filming. Slava, say hi to the guys. This is him. Hello, friends. I taste the food that Elena cooks. I am the luckiest person. I have the best role to play. Still alive. But today, Slava, show me, I can't help but cook something for you. You see, the smell. Slava, and by the end of the broadcast, I'll show you what's there. And I made a video recipe because I love to share recipes. My recipes are always very simple and the dishes are very tasty. So, okay, that's it, we are not waiting for anyone else. Those who are not here with us, didn't want to join. Well, why would we push things? Right? Look what else I wanted to show. Slava, show me, I have a laptop, I'm well prepared. I am prepared. But this is a live broadcast. This is basically a home video. There might be some bloopers, so forgive me for that, okay? Because, you see, I've taken notes here. I've been preparing. I've written down almost everything. So, well, look, guys. I've been thinking for a long time what and how I should tell you. Of course, I can say wow. It's cool. It's my favorite cookware. It's magic. How thrilling. Great. Super. Love. But you know, I think that you know perfectly how to do it yourself. And I don't need to teach you to flood clients with positive energy. I just thought that there would probably be questions and there would certainly be some objections. And I want to prepare you for that. I want to prepare you for the questions that your clients are sure to have. Sure. Because it depends on how you look at it, you know? And so that you are ready for any question, today I will give you clarifications. Once again, guys, I cooked on it for 2 years. 2 years. So, I know everything about it, I think. I am very pleased that they have been cooking on it for 2 years. Well, first, let's take a look at the collection. Here is our collection. Look, I've got everything here. I've got an induction stove, so I've got this icon everywhere. It means induction. See, here it is. But all our cookware can be used on induction stovetops, except for this casserole. It is now in the oven, so I'll show you its box. You see, there is no induction icon here. And therefore it is only available for gas and electric stoves and for ovens. So I have it anyway. Everything else is induction approved. Well, the lids, of course, they are not induction specific. They are the same for every kind of stoves and ovens. But this cookware I have is not meant for induction stoves. That is, if I put the casserole that is now in the oven, on the stove, it will not work. But it is great for the oven. So, guys, well, I can't help but say, huge thanks to the office, to our designers and brand managers. Awesome packaging. And here is the logo. Slava, show the logo. Maybe you didn't notice right away, but look at how the saucepan is drawn here. Take a look. See, the saucepan is drawn here. Beautiful. And this box, this gray graphite with red, looks very beautiful. Imagine, I have a problem now, I can't throw away all these boxes, well, I can't. Just look how it's packaged. That's why it can make an amazing gift, everyone will like it. So, guys, the unboxing, of course, is very beautiful. You know, I still have all these pots and boxes, but I can't, I take them out and put them back. I've put them for you now, but in general I have boxes standing separately. Well, it's a pity they get thrown away, they are awesome. So, well, look right away. For you personally, for your clients, the first question you should ask the client is what kind of stove they have. You know, if you ignore it, it will be a failure. Do you know why? Because, for example, the person has an induction stove, and they've purchased cookware that's not meant for it. And do you know why they've purchased it? Because it is cheaper, for example. They take a cheaper option, bring it home, put it on the stove, and it just won't turn on. That is, the stove does not work with this cookware if you have an induction cooker. Failure? A complete failure. The second failure is if a person has a regular stove, but they buy cookware meant for an induction stove. It will work. But it is little more expensive. And again a failure. Therefore, attention, only cookware for induction stoves has this icon. The lids are all the same. And for the oven, you can take this casserole. I'll show you. Oh, it smells the chicken I cooked. This casserole can be used for a gas or a regular electric stove, without this icon. That is, like this, without this icon. That is, if you have a gas or electric cooker, this casserole will be quite fine on the stovetop. So, well, now I'll tell you about the collection. Yes, by the way, you know what I noticed, when I studied this whole topic, that induction cookers in Russia are used much more often than in Europe, in Italy, for example. It is really not common there. They use a lot of gas and electricity. More gas, by the way. But not much induction. In Russia, apparently, people are very fond of induction stoves, so there are a lot of them. Therefore, girls, boys, immediately attention. We ask what kind of stove the client has. What kind? Because if you purchase and then sell the cookware, some issues might occur. So, well, what does our collection consist of? First of all, it consists of size 24 cookware. 24 is such a wonderful common and universal size. Here we have a frying pan, a Bakelite handle, it is comfortable to hold, it does not heat up, great. Do you know, by the way, why induction cookware is more expensive? Because of this layer, it is additionally glued. That is, for the one that is not induction compatible, there is this hole, there is no top layer, this is an adapter to the stove. So, this is the frying pan we have. We have a wonderful saucepan that everyone needs. This is also size 24. And for all the cookware there is this lid. It is also size 24. It beautifully fits both a pot and a frying pan. This is the 24 collection. What is it for? What is this? This is steak, these are omelets, these are kebabs. Well, anything. If you have a small family, 1 or 2 people, then in general, you may not need a higher capacity. Here it is. This is 24. What is this saucepan? Well, it's magic. It's pure magic. This is pilaf, this is stew. This is a ham hock in beer. Do you remember how I cooked in it? I made a sponge cake. Of course, the sponge cake can be made in the oven, it's okay, but it just shows the quality of the cookware. This is the 24 collection. 2 items and a lid to them. There is only 1 lid. The lid also costs money. I will tell you about it later. Let's take a size 28 collection. We have a size 28 frying pan. Here it is, fried potatoes, cheesecakes, pancakes and other fried things, cutlets. Here it is. It has a size 28 lid. Here it is, a wonderful size 28 lid. This one, I told you about it like 25 times, it is standing in the oven. This casserole. So, next. We have a wok. What is wok? This is a frying pan with high sloping sides and a small bottom. What is this for? It is used for cooking pan-Asian dishes. This is when you need to mix everything sharply, and so that you don't have it all fly back and forth, and it is convenient to mix. This is why it has this shape and high sides. The wok always goes without a lid, because in Asia they don't stew, they fry. This is a wok. And a small ladle with a lid. A small ladle with a lid. Here it is. Oh, well, how am I supposed to throw the box away? How? This is a small ladle with a lid. It's either for porridge. I cook side dishes in it. These are buckwheat, rice. Amazing. I put cereals on top of the buckwheat, just a bit of water. A little olive oil and salt. I covered it with a lid, heat intensity 4. Wonderful, crumbly, awesome buckwheat and rice. I highly recommend it. Well, or you can, of course, cook porridge for children. You can also do it. The volume is just like this for a small family. Beautiful. So, where is my text? Because I'm excited, I can forget something very important. Okay, I'll leave it for now. Yes. So, girls, boys, a very important thing. Now listen carefully. The first thought, you have all seen the prices. I agree, the prices are quite high, but for comparable cookware it's relatively inexpensive. Now I will tell you all about this, but the first thing, when a client wants to save on something, do not let them save on the lid, because it is all the magic of this cookware. The lid. That is, if you use this cookware without a lid, then what I am talking about is no longer relevant. You see, these are great pans, of course, but this magic, you remember, those potatoes, that steak that I filmed for you, that sponge cake, this thing that I am cooking now in the oven, these dishes simply will not work out. Therefore, if a person wants to buy something, well, of course, they will want to buy the entire collection, because they need everything in it. I need everything, and I think that you need everything. And if the client, for example, does not have the opportunity to buy a full collection, what I would recommend and what I would suggest that you recommend is offer them to buy 3 size 24 items. They are definitely needed, they will definitely be in demand. This is a frying pan, a lid and a saucepan for it. So, the client will get to know this cookware, and then you will not be able to hold them back anymore. It will all be just like give it to me. Why? Because they need to fall in love with it, to test it, to see the difference. And then you don't even need to say anything. So, now the specifics. What is the GRADO cookware? You know, I've been doing this for so long, thinking about it, all this wouldn't work out in my head. So, let's go straight point by point. First, what is it? What is this cookware made of? It is cast aluminum. What is liton? Cast aluminum is when there is a mold, and gravitationally, it means without pressure, the molten metal flows into the hole on its own, and the dish is formed inside. And thanks to this, all the qualities of aluminum, its heat exchangeability, the very structure of the metal, is preserved. If you are told, in our store cast aluminum cookware costs €20, this is not cast cookware, it is a stamping technology. What is stamping? The metal sheet is moving and the cookware dishes are stamped, so the bottom of the dish has one thickness, the sides have a different one, and it is all torn, the molecules themselves are torn. Or it's injection molding, using pressure, it's a whole different story. Or it is no longer the same aluminum, something is mixed with it, the material is cheaper. Because I will say it again, cookware of comparable quality is even more expensive. So, I told you that. Now, a word about aluminum. You know what? You are not chemists, and your customers are not chemists either. What would I say? The cookware is covered with this coating on all sides. In a high-quality, reliable manner. You know, I've been cooking on it for 2 years, not a single scratch. Nothing, everything is fine, it is like new. Look, and this coating covers all the cookware so tightly, all the aluminum. Aluminum is there inside, under the coating. As you know, I have many times drawn attention to the fact that the Russian sanitary rules and regulations, as well as the Federal State Agency for Health and Consumer Rights, are the toughest in the world. And our sanitary regulations say that the risk of penetration of aluminum into food in our cookware is close to some minimal doses 12 times or 10 times less than sanitary regulations consider safe. And this document, this certificate, these actual test results will be posted on the website. If someone has questions, show them the documents. Don't try to be chemists. Don't be like those cheaters on the internet, because they praise what they sell, what they get paid for. They're changing their shoes in the air like that. Yesterday it was harmful, today it is healthy. Therefore, do not dive deep in this topic. Trust sanitary regulations, trust your company. Therefore, everything will be perfectly fine. Don't be afraid. Then, look, another very important question. Here I was thinking about how to present it to you. Look, this is an important question. Very, very often people will say, I have good cookware already, great frying pans, heavy, also with a good bottom, expensive. Am I supposed to throw them away? Everyone makes their own decision, but I would say, don't throw them away, by no means. I also have good pans, I also have wonderful pans, I don't throw them away. Do you know why? Look, this cookware, okay, I'll talk about that a little later. Look, this cookware is not for boiling milk, for example. It is not for cooking borscht. It is not meant to fry 2 eggs quickly in the morning. Because you can also hammer nails with a computer, but you don't need to. Do you see what I mean? There's just no need to do it. It's not meant for that. Of course, you can boil milk in it. For example, you can boil milk in this ladle. But you can boil milk in a completely different bowl as well. In completely different cookware, which costs less and is less valuable. See. Or, for example, fried veggies for borscht. I won't cook it in this cookware. Do you know why? Because of the next point. It is not recommended to wash it in the dishwasher. Indeed. Not recommended. You know, if you wash it, I washed it. I tell it like it is, we are communicating here behind closed doors. Nothing will happen to it visually. Nothing will change after 1 washing. Nothing will change after 2. So, if you washed it, don't worry, accidentally put it in the dishwasher, don't worry. But if you wash it repeatedly, gradually, over and over again, the non-stick properties will deteriorate. This is what I can tell you about it. That is, nothing will change visually, nothing will peel off, nothing will crack, nothing at all. But it is the non-stick properties that will get a little worse over and over again. Gradually. Therefore, I do not recommend washing it in the dishwasher. And it turns out, why would you need to fry vegetables in a pan that cannot be washed in a dishwasher? You see, that's the point. And you know, the people, your customers, who had bought a good frying pan, they already have it. And when you tell them to throw it away and buy a new one, it's unpleasant for them. No one likes it when someone criticizes what they love. Because good frying pans now do not cost 10 cents. Here I have my latest frying pans, they cost almost the same, maybe a little cheaper. Regular pans that are good, with a non-stick coating, suitable for induction stoves, that's it. But I will fry veggies on them. I will boil milk in a different, regular ladle, for example. Eggs too. I don't. Well, they are quite heavy, weighty. And I won't fry eggs here either. I'll use it differently. So. And look, if someone tells you, why do I need this cookware then? It's expensive. And you can't wash it in the dishwasher. And also, by the way, another very important thing. Slava, let's come here. A very important thing. We're going to do an experiment now. I take a size 24 frying pan. So. And I take my other frying pan. Also a good frying pan. Also size 24. We put them on 2 adjacent burners at the same time. Do you know what I want to say? I want to say that these pans heat up more slowly. And your customers, especially those who cook often, they will instantly notice it. You have to be ready for this. Look, an experiment. I cut some butter. Quickly, so that we do not waste time. Into 2 identical pieces. I put them on these pans. Now, just a minute. I'll wipe my hand. And look, I'm going to turn on these two burners at the same time on the same heat intensity. Here, like this. And here too. So I don't make a mistake or deceive you. Here, on the third, add another one. Look, we're looking at the butter now. Look at the butter. Keep a close eye on it. For now, they are equally warming up. Let's watch. Girls and boys, I just want to prepare you for this. Slava, show me again. You see, it's the same. Here 2 dots are missing to the end, and here are 2 dots. Here we are. And now we are watching this. I just chose the butter to make it clear. You see, while it is melting, it seems almost the same. Almost the same. Let me, add one more, not even one, but to the maximum. I put the maximum on both burners. See, the intensity here and here the same. Now let's look at the butter. Slava, show me. Look. Here the piece has barely started melting. Here it's already boiling. You see? Take a look. This is also a heavy frying pan. You see, that's what I wanted to show you. This is our experiment. See? Well, I think now it's all clear. You will be told about it. That's it, I turn it off. The experiment is over. Have you seen it? So what's the idea? If a person is not prepared, they are frying on their frying pan. How long does it take for their eggs to fry, for example? And it goes more slowly. And slower, it's automatic here in your brain, immediately means worse. This is obvious. Slower means worse. Because we are used to the fact that the faster something works, the better it is. But not in this case. So what's the point? On the one hand, as I say, simple fried eggs, they will not be any worse if you fry them in a regular frying pan. Cast aluminum stores heat. And this time of heat accumulation here, in the walls, in the bottom, it increases the heating period. See? On the one hand, I say, fry simple eggs, they will not be a gram worse if you fry them in an ordinary frying pan. But to make an omelette, like an omelette that we usually imagine. What is an omelette I imagine? It's like that, when you break it with a fork, and it's smooth inside, not porous. Porous omelette is easy to cook. Omelette which is like foam, and the water comes out of it. But a really smooth one. That cannot be cooked in a regular frying pan. It can only be cooked in the oven, and even then it does not always work. And on this frying pan, size 24, under the lid. The butter has melted, the eggs have been beaten with milk, poured out and forgotten for a while. We choose heat intensity 4 like this, or maybe even 3. And while you are fussing around, your breakfast is ready. Take your time, it's cookware for quality, not for speed. And this very thing, this slow heating, what does it give us? It gives us. By the way, it's especially important for international clients, that one can cook with a heat intensity of 2. When it heats up, the heat accumulates. I generally reduce the temperature, because it works awesomely at 2 or 3. Other frying pans can't do it at all. They just can't. And you should present this accumulation, distribution of heat as an advantage. And this slow heating. Tell me right away, is it slow for you? It accumulates heat. Not just heats up more slowly, but this is a reason from me that it accumulates heat, really accumulates. So, is it all clear? No? Tell me, please. And look, what would I say? When you get asked, why would I need cookware that is slow, expensive, or cannot be washed in the dishwasher? You must say, this cookware is on a different level, it has a different quality, and serves a different purpose. You need to buy it, because it will allow you to cook in a way you could not cook before, never thought possible, did not know and did not imagine you could. Here is another example. I'm not going to do an experiment, but I'll just show you. For example, I am a great housewife, I make sausages myself. Here I get them out of the freezer. I'm going to cook sausages. My Vyacheslav does not eat store-bought sausages. I will make these sausages, then vacuum them, then take them out, defrost. How to cook such sausages? If any of you know how to cook, love to cook. Look, here the butter has already burned. Look here, I'm just showing you again. You see, the temperature is completely different. Completely. And so, yes, look at this one. See, it's not burnt here. That is, in this frying pan it is not burnt. The heat intensity is the same. One cooker, one starting time. Here, do you see the difference? Oh, I hope I'm convincing. I hope so. So, here's how to fry. Now Vyacheslav has begun to cook, too. Be quiet, Vyacheslav. So, how to cook them? How to cook them so that they do not dry out, do not burn and remain juicy inside. It's an issue, it's a whole concept. Look, if you put them in the oven, they will get fried with air, with convection, of course, but it will be, firstly, long, and, secondly, they will be dry. Put them in a frying pan, in this one, and they will be raw inside, even cold, and on the outside they will burn. What do? I defrost them, put them in this pan with no oil, cover with a lid and select a heat intensity of about 7. I just do it, and it works out very quickly, because the frying pan is already hot, and look, on one side brown stripes have appeared, so ready, I turn it over and close the lid again, on the other side they also appeared, everything is ready. The inside is juicy, they are fully cooked. Juicy inside, very tasty. Well, I'm not talking about recipes today. But again, look, it's a totally different quality. You remember I made a sponge cake, right? Everyone remembers, probably. For example, I made a sponge cake in this saucepan. Of course, any of you will say, why would I make a sponge cake in a saucepan? What for? But the sponge cake showed you the quality. The ability of this cookware to cook. In this saucepan, everything that needs to be stewed, you can make. I say again, if they tell you, yes, I can cook more dishes in my regular cookware, I can boil things, let them boil, they won't be able to make stewed lamb, for example, and they sure won't be able to cook pilaf. All things stewed like this, stewed under the lid, cannot be cooked in regular cookware. And, you know, when everything is already boiling, everything is already gurgling there, I like to say that you can reduce the heat intensity to 2, and it will get stewed and cooked awesomely. So, this is a real delight. Pans. Well, what about frying pans? I showed you how I cook salmon steak. Such a dish will never work out in a simple frying pan. Under the lid, water begins to leak out of it, and if there is no lid, it begins to burn. In short, it is possible to make this dish only with GRADO cookware. I couldn't really find any equivalent. Therefore, once again, I suggest that you sell GRADO as a different type of cookware, not instead of a regular one, but as a supplement to it. Let people love their pans, let them fry on them, let it be, let it be. But your food will be fantastic, even simple dishes. For example, in a frying pan, for example, either for 24 or for 28, for example, pancakes. Here it has warmed up, and the pancakes turn out like this, because the walls give off heat, and they do not burn. Many of you have probably come across the situation where inside there is raw dough, and the outside is burned, but not with our dishes. I watch so as not to miss anything important. Nothing at all. But not with our cookware. And by the way, cooking under the lid is very cool. Do you know why? The stove becomes clean. It's very cool. Because, let's take fish frying. Well, who fried it, knows. Everything around is covered in small, nasty, greasy splashes. But not with our cookware. Now, I want to see how much I've got here in the stove. Well, I'll wait a little longer, or not anymore. Well, let me see. Well, look, here's an example for you, please. The chicken is not ready yet. It will be ready later. Look, I didn't add any fat here. But look how brown it is. Look, it's just a grill effect. You see, there is not a drop of water. See, not a drop of water, though it was under the lid. You put it in any other frying pan and put it in the oven, and see, it will all puff and rustle. I mean, you know, weird juice, some cloudy water. Look, look, that's it. So I turned it over. I will close the lid again so that it fry on the other side. That's it, and back. And look, you've got a grilled product. This is a grill effect. And you have a completely clean oven. Perfect. It's great the oven remains clean, because washing the oven is a scary affair. That's it, that's it, that's it. Is it okay that I'm rushing around? Now it became clear why I was filming. Yes, you are filming in order to eat it all later. By the way, I put it there 10 to 15 minutes before the broadcast. Well, overall, you know, guys, I have already told you everything I wanted to tell you. I have already communicated the ideas I wanted. I don't want to give you excessive stuff and overload you. This is not needed. Perhaps you have sent some questions, or you are sending them now. I'll sit down now, they'll drop me questions. There might be things I didn't tell, forgot about them or missed them. And I will answer the questions. So, for now, send your questions, and I will repeat again. GRADO cookware is magic. Magic. It is simply indescribable. You can watch the videos where I cooked back then. You can take a look at the chicken I'm cooking now. That is, I've been as sincerely frank as possible with you. I show everything in an open way. I've done an experiment for you so that you are not afraid of people's objections. That is, yes, you say, yes, this cookware heats up more slowly, it is not recommended to be washed in the dishwasher, and it is not cheap, but this is a different level of cookware, just a different level, you know? It also has a bottom, it also has handles, but it's a little different, and it will allow you to cook differently, you see? That is, your benefits will simply be different. You will just get great pleasure from cooking, because with the same workload, the same loss of time, you will get just a completely different result. It's true, I know it, I believe it, so I'll sit down now and let Vyacheslav go. I'll take a laptop. I'll take a laptop. Yes, Vyacheslav is waiting for the chicken. I won't bother him, I'll take out the chicken. Put it here. I'll sit down now. I'll turn on my laptop. So, I've turned on the screen. Just looking for the information. So, do we have any questions? They should send them to me, because I could not follow your chat, of course. The organizers are to choose questions for me. With this cookware you can cook with oil, you can cook without oil. Here I showed you the chicken, there is not a gram of oil, I add a little olive oil to the marinade. By the way, I hope you don't mind if I'll send you the recipe. I've recorded a video for you, how I marinated this chicken, how I cooked it. So if you're ready to buy the cookware, as I have already said, I really advise you to buy a series of 3 items of size 24, because any family needs them in any case. That is, even if you have a large family, you still need a small frying pan. That's what I'd start with. Only, look, the casserole, I'll be honest, the one that I had before, also of the same manufacturer, just a little bit of a different design, it had Bakelite handles. I used to put it in the oven, but if the temperature is low there, like 140, You can put it for long baking. In theory, I used to put it. Nothing happened. Nothing happened, but the manufacturer does not recommend putting it there in order not to damage the handle. But again, if it's for a short time and infrequently, then I don't think anything will happen. Oh, what are my favorite dishes? Yes, I have all sorts. Yes, I have a lot of favorite dishes. Lots of. I can't imagine otherwise, even simple ones. My husband loves fried potatoes very much. I have no idea how to fry it. I can't imagine how I could fry on different cookware. Well, I can't imagine. It's a completely different effect. Here it's under the lid. If you fry potatoes under the lid in a regular frying pan, well, I showed you, they will be dull, pale, disgusting. And here we get it fried quickly, and again, a clean stove, also important. So, any more questions? Well, I constantly cook everything on it. Many things. But, as I told you, I don't fry veggies on it. Why? Because I fry them in a regular frying pan, that I can then put in the dishwasher with a clear conscience. What kitchenware can be used with it? Wood, silicone, iron, plastic. Well, what do I do? Of course, I have plastic or silicone spatulas, of course. Well, for example, I turn the pancakes over with a fork. This is my timer. I turn the pancakes over with a fork, nothing happens. There is a fairly strong coating there. Of course, we will not fidget like this, we will not tear the coating like this. It's my oven that beeps there, where the chicken is being cooked. Vyacheslav is waiting until it stops beeping. Slava, press the timer over there so that it stops beeping. If you are careful, you can turn it over, of course. Better with a spatula. Of course, for any pans with a coating, not only il grado, you need to have, of course, either silicone or plastic spatulas, made of good thermoplastic. So, is there any other question? I'd love to. Well, you see how good I am. I shared with you everything in 40 minutes. Heroes, heroes, heroes. Well, is that all? Guys, is that all? No questions? They are typing something. Someone is typing something. We'll wait. You know, sometimes you may think that you're not such a chef. Oh, yes, I just cook homemade food. I probably don't need such sophisticated cookware. But actually, with your little experience and simple dishes, they will turn out completely different. I told you how you could fry sausages. Has anyone tried frying raw sausages? It's a real issue. It's a problem to make them delicious. You see? Also, for example, to fry pancakes so that they do not burn, are brown, but well cooked inside. Also a problem. It could seem easy, but it is a problem. So, that's why I highly recommend this to everyone. I highly recommend it. Once again, if someone says, oh, if the whole collection is expensive, I will just take one item, do not take it without a lid. Otherwise you just won't get the charm of this cookware. That is, once again, of course, you can do whatever you want on it. Especially if, for example, you do not wash cookware in the dishwasher, you do not care at all. You can fry everything on it, cook everything, but it is just to feel the difference, to explain to yourself why you would need such cookware. For example, I've seen so many questions in chats today, people ask about durability. I've been using my Il Grado cookware for 2 years. Slava, get a saucepan down here. Here, under the stove, under the stove. Down here, okay? A pot with handles. Now wait a minute, I'll show you. Well, yes, this will also work. Look here. This is also size 24. Look, it is 2 years old. Look. It's 2 years old, and I use it a lot. Look, nothing has happened to it. Nothing at all. Just see, it's the same cookware, just a slightly different design. Because this design that we see now, it has been created specifically for our company. Specifically. Therefore, I have a different design. You can also store food in the cookware. I don't do that. Do you know why? Again, look, some experienced advice here. I love to teach everyone. They ask me, they don't ask me. But I love to teach. Do you know why I don't store food there? Because any cookware is not airtight. And I don't like it when the refrigerator smells like food. You close the lid, put the cookware in the refrigerator, and this smell, it will still be there. These smells accumulate, mix. I personally don't like it. That's why I always put food in containers. I cooked, we had a hot meal. What is left, I put it in a container. That's how I do it. So, it is possible, but not mandatory. I think so. This has nothing to do with the cookware. Of course, you can. So, steak and beef is easy to cook in a frying pan. Yes, yes. Can you imagine? How do I do it? If your steak is fatty, then you don't need oil. I rub the steak with oil, like this, I salt it later. And then I heat the frying pan well, let it heat up. Then I put the steak on it, I keep it without a lid for a minute, then I close the lid. Then I open the lid, turn it over, and there is no water there. I just have a brown steak there. I turn it over, wait there again for a minute or two without a lid. I close the lids, cook it till it's done. And, as I like, a wet middle, medium rare, just the right thing. So, the period of use. I've just told you about the period of use, I don't know. Here I am asked about the period of use. It all depends on how you will treat it. I will say it again. In the dishwasher, it will not peel off, but it is the non-stick that worsens, so I simply do not recommend washing it there. But if you wash it once, wash it twice, it's okay. So. Well, that's basically it. Well, that's pretty much it. They are writing to me that 2,000 people have watched us. Well done. Well, guys, I congratulate you once again. I am happy that you and your clients have such an opportunity to use this cookware. So give them your emotions. We have a good office, we have beautiful materials, great photos. All this is stylish, cool, beautiful. You have something to show. Listen to what I'm telling you. Show it to someone else. I hope I have been of help to you. Write to me, I'll read it later. I am also pleased. I love to be praised. And when I am not praised, it's a failure to me. I start worrying. Therefore, praise if you liked it. And use video materials and other information, beautiful cards, videos, reels, stories. Tell everyone. And keep in mind what I've told you, keep in mind, be prepared for these questions, just be prepared for them. And once again, I beg you, I hope convincingly. Don't ask people to throw away what they already have and cook only on this cookware. Don't do it, there is a purpose for everything. Just tell them, here is this cookware. Anything can be cooked on it, it will help you. It will send you to the moon just like this. Guys, well, someone else is typing, but the questions are repetitive. Well, that's it. I love you, kisses, congratulations once again. Now we have this cookware. Get prepared. What are you doing, Vyacheslav? What is it? Oh my God. Well, of course, you couldn't help but jump in. Bye.